Welcome, Transformers fans. My name is Composite EnerJoe, and today I will be bringing you my review of the Transformers Thrilling 30 Voyager class Brainstorm. And here he is in his alt mode, and there inside the cockpit is his little headmaster. Yeah, you heard me. This is a headmaster, not a Titan Master, an actual headmaster. Now, this guy actually has a pretty interesting. There's a very interesting. There's a lot of facts I have about this character, which I'll get to later when I'm in the facts section of this review. So yeah, this is him in his Cybertronian jet / spaceship mode. I'm gonna call it the Cybertronian jet mode because that's honestly what it looks like. Looks like a jet. And yeah, you have these thrusters here, these bigger thrusters here, more thrusters, exhaust, or whatever you want to call them. And he's pretty detailed, pretty cool. Like, it's a pretty cool design for a spaceship. And inside, there's the little headmaster. And he actually does, believe it or not, come with landing gear. This right here is landing gear, which can fold in. And then you have this guy in flight. He's actually a pretty big jet. He's pretty big for his size. Even for a Voyager, he's actually pretty big. It's kind of nice. So, well, nothing else to really say. The cockpit does open, and you can pull out this little guy. And all I'm gonna say now, and yeah, he is very different. He is not a Titan Master. He's much bigger, and he's completely different. He does have ball joints, but he has much bigger arms. But yet he still has the same kind of articulation, ball joints at the arms, and the same sitting pose ability like any other Titan Master. But he has a pretty detailed face. He's just bigger. It's just a much bigger, like I would say a Titan Master would be around this big, and then there's this guy who's much bigger. Focus. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll explain who this is and everything later when I get to his, when I get to the facts on this guy. So I'm gonna have him sit right there. So that's this character. So yeah, there's the headmaster. So then close this back up. Now we get on to a transformation. First, you gotta come over here and separate this from there. Separate this from there. This will eventually become the arms. Fold these down. Fold this out. Rotate this forward. Fold this out. Rotate forward. Lift up. And then from back here, you pull this out, down. You'll be unpegging these from there. And then comes, you gotta separate. This is the part that's kind of weird. Separate this for clearance. And then you have to, while the legs, these are the robot legs, are spread out like this, you sort of break this and pass it around. So that you have the clearance to move this. And this will just peg into there. Like that. So you have a pretty nice connection. Then you just come in here, open this up. His transfer is actually pretty simple. There you go. There you go. Come into the arms. Fold this out. There's one hand. Out. And then pull out the other hand. And then the wings, I can just back up a bit, because he does get pretty tall. Wings, I just like to have him point back slightly. Put this down, and there it is in his robot mode. No more room. Is robot mode. So last step. Take this guy, and just like a Titan Master, just fold this up like this. And there we have Brainstorm's head. This is Brainstorm, very nice. I do like that it's actually a lot bigger than the Titan Masters, than a regular Titan Master. Because this guy actually came before them, believe it or not. So then, just pop it in there. And also, one tiny detail, when you push this down, it folds out these stats, which are basically one big reference to the original Generation 1 toy where he had the stats on his chest. Very nice detail. Also, one thing I have to point out, you don't, unlike Titan Master, you can't just pull this out. You'll most likely break it. What you have to do is this gray part, push it down, and then it'll pop off. So it actually has a locking mechanism there. See? See? Not easy. You do that with an actual Titan Master and it'll pop off. Most likely pop off. But this you have to press and then boom. Just remember, yeah, this is holding it its place. I actually would have liked if some Titan Master figures would have kept this design, because I like it. It keeps the head locked in place. So yeah, here we have Brainstorm. And this is a really nice robot mode. Oh, also the blue. Now, granted, you can't really see it. I think my camera makes the blue look a lot darker than it actually is. This is not really a sky, like it's coming out as almost like a sky blue. But this is actually more of a teal or like a sky blue. It's actually very, very light. However, for some reason in my video, in the video, it's actually coming out a lot what's the word I'm looking for? A lot darker, which is fine either way. He's a very cool looking figure. Yeah, this is Brainstorm. Articulations, not a ball joint, but he has a rotation there, in and out. Head is a ball joint because headmaster. He has a double joint in the elbow. He has a joint there and joint there, so you can get a very nice bend at the elbow and you can go that far back. He has nice, really tight ratchet joints. However, these little side skirts do limit his movement, so he can only do that far of a kick. Rotation there, and the knee, and has some ankle pivot, up and down, and ankle. Oh yeah, and also a rotation there, and has an in and out at the hand, at the wrist. Yeah. And if you're wondering, he does have some weapons. These cannons in his vehicle mode can actually pop off. Now you just pop them off, just like these pegs, and just pop them on his hands. You know, he has some pretty big blasters. And yeah. That's Brainstorm. So yeah, overall, this is a very, very nice figure. And you're probably, and I'm gonna, well, no, not yet. I'll mention that in the facts, which is, it's coming up anyway. So then you can move, the side skirts do move. And yeah, this is a solid figure. This is a really nice and solid figure. I have no complaints. Even the headmaster thing, which I've seen its issues in the Titans Return line, is pretty good on mine. Can actually hold its stance really well, and I do like the locking mechanism that's on this one that I wish was kept. I wish was kept from this design onto the other Titan Master designs. It wouldn't have been so bad having a switch that can actually hold it into place. So yeah, this is Brainstorm. He's fantastic. He's a fantastic figure. Highly recommend them. I think I actually like I don't know how to say it. When it comes to headmasters, I think I actually prefer this guy over the newer Titans Returns figures. Now, a lot of those figures are really cool and they're really well made, but there's a lot of concepts there's a lot of designs and ideas that were in this version, in this particular headmaster, that they should have kept over. In particular, like I said, the locking mechanism for the head. So yeah, overall, nice, solid figure. Now we get to something interesting. Like, there's actually a very interesting amount of information on this specific figure. This figure is a headmaster, is essentially the first headmaster. Well, okay, let me just explain the character. Okay, this headmaster, the actual head, on the box, they didn't give it a name, but it is supposed to be Arcana. In Generation 1, in both the cartoon, comic, or whatever, the Generation 1 story of Brainstorm is that Brainstorm and Arcana created the headmaster process, thus making them the very first headmaster and creating all of the other headmasters. So Arcana was the Nebulon scientist, while Brainstorm was the transformer that he encountered. So they then put their heads together, and created the very first headmaster and the headmaster process. Now, with that in mind, that's the cool thing about Brainstorm, and this headmaster is supposed to be Arcana. It is. It does. Now, the toy, the box, and the bio do not mention the name of this headmaster, but that is supposed to be Arcana. Now, here's the interesting thing. This is a headmaster. This is the first modern headmaster. You could almost say that this was the either prototype or precursor to the Titans Return figures, because this guy came out during the last wave of Thrilling 30, and Brainstorm here has no repaints, no retools, no remolds, nothing. That is rare. He is a unique figure. As of right now, he is the only figure that's like this. This is the only mold of this figure, to my knowledge. I don't think he was ever repainted again in any way. Maybe there could be an exclusive somewhere, but that I'm not aware of. Maybe it's a car version. I have no idea. As far as I know, this is the only version of Voyager Brainstorm that I'm aware of. And then, I got a bunch to say. There's that. Then, but this guy came out during Thrilling 30. Essentially, the wave before the last wave, 2 waves before Titans Return, basically made everybody a headmaster. And yet, for some reason, in Titans Return, there was a Brainstorm. They did release a Brainstorm. However, that head, they made it a deluxe size. The Titan Master, if you want to call it that, just to make it a little bit different, was called Teslor instead of Arcana, which was kind of weird. But not only that, they made him a Walgreens exclusive and part of I think a 3-figure gift set with who were they? It was Sentinel Prime, and I think either Chromia or Windblade. I don't remember who the other one was. Or it could have been Blur. I don't remember. But yeah, so there does exist a Titans Return Brainstorm, and honestly, I've actually encountered it, and it's inferior to this. This is much better. I felt that they made that one more difficult just to sort of they made that one rare just to get people to go get it, because if you already have this version of Brainstorm, you don't need that other one. That other one is inferior in almost every way. Like, it really is. This is much better. The vehicle mode is better. It's a bigger size. The transformation is smoother. The weapons I like more, because the other one, you just took the nose cone and just put it on his shoulder, and that was his weapon. I like the fact that the twin guns can even hide, can put it here on the side, and it almost looks like they don't come off. It blends well into his vehicle mode on top of being pretty cool guns. Pretty cool blasters. So yeah, I'll tell you right now, don't bother, unless you really want to, don't bother getting the, the Titans Return Deluxe Brainstorm. Get this one. This one is superior in pretty much every way. What else? So yeah, this was the first modern one. And as far as I know, he is the only figure that can say that. So there's a lot of reasons to get this guy. He's great. He's a great solid figure. He came out at a time where the whole headmaster thing, like literally before this guy, the last time we had headmasters was back in Generation 1. He is the first headmaster after Generation 1, like official headmaster after Generation 1, and before even, and a good, couple years, at least 2 waves before Titans Return. So yeah, before Combiner Wars and at the end of Thrilling 30, this guy came out, and he has, as being the very first modern headmaster, where you saw a bunch of ideas here that worked, kept transferred over to the Titans Return figures. But it is weird that Brainstorm, my guess is that why they made the Titans Return Brainstorm so hard to come by was because they had already released this one openly. So maybe maybe to convince people, because of the rarity, somebody will go get it instead of getting this guy. But yeah, don't even bother. It's not worth it. Get this Brainstorm. What else? I had a bunch of stuff. I already mentioned. Okay, I mentioned his backstory, that Brainstorm and Arcana were essentially the first headmasters, and they created the headmaster process. then this Voyager Brainstorm is the very first modern headmaster that he's not called a Titan Master. This is a straight up official headmaster. That's what he is. He doesn't have the title of Titan Master thrown in. He's just overall solid figure, great figure, and he's a one-of-a-kind mold. They did not repaint this or reuse this in any way, as far as I know. Maybe there's an exclusive somewhere, but like this is unique. So with all of that, there's nothing but positives. And on all things considered, like I have nothing else to say. That's it. It's an interesting story with this guy, but yeah. Overall, solid, amazing figure. Unique history, both with the character and this specific figure as well. I honestly recommend it. Like, if you're a fan, and you wanted to get a Brainstorm, but you weren't sure about the Titans Return one, or you just couldn't find it, get this one instead. This is much better. And I will mention it, his head is not compatible with the Titans Return figures because the connection is different, pretty much because this guy's a lot bigger. And his head will not fit into any of the Titans Return figures. Doesn't matter the size, because in Titans Return they made all the headmasters the same, the Titan Masters or whatever, they made them all the same size, so they're only compatible with Titans Return figures. A Titan Master will not fit here because this is a lot bigger, and this headmaster is too big to fit into any of the Titans Return. Just letting you know right now. But it is cool to see how this is a prototype. This was essentially a prototype to the Titans Return figures. And as far as I know, this guy went under the radar. I didn't see him too much in stores. I ended up finding him like in I found him like on sale, and then I just nabbed him up for I found him for like $10, and I got him, and I'm glad I did. This guy was pretty much sort of hinting that they were gonna go the direction of headmasters with Titans Return. So yeah, overall, fantastic figure, very unique character. And just overall solid figure. Go get it. I'm just telling you right now. Go get the figure. Recommend it. It's fantastic. No real complaints. If I were to maybe make a complaint, it would be I don't know. The transformation was a bit too easy. Like that's really all I can say, and it's very minor. His transformation was a little too easy. Like, I'm not even complaining about the light blueness, because I've never seen this color on a figure, and it makes the character stand out even more. So yeah, that's it. Great figure. Nothing more to really say. So yeah, this has been my review of the Transformers Thrilling 30 Voyager class Brainstorm. This is Composite EnerJoe signing off. Peace out.